My boyfriend has started pretending to be bad at basic life shit like dishes and laundry like he can't do it, so I do it. I felt pretty frustrated with that and told him straight up that I knew he didn't forget how to clean since he moved in with me. He was always very competent living alone and I didn't appreciate him forgetting how to do chores. I said that when I asked him to do dishes and he refused until he finally did them wrong, that I was not that stupid. He said that he was trying his best and I was wrong for saying he was trying to manipulate me. And that from his perspective I asked him to do something and he did it the best he could and I kept at him because it wasn't up to my impossibly high standards and he couldn't win. And he wanted me to believe him when he says he is trying. Anyway, this might be petty but I decided to give believing him a try. So, he had bleach stained my favorite little black dress. Instead of getting mad, next time he had a family event, I put it on. He asked me if I was really going to wear that. It looked messy. I said that I loved that dress and understand accidents happened, so I wasn't mad or upset it had bleach spots. Actually, I thought it looked kinda cool. He said he really thought it looked bad and I said if he wants he could Sharpie on the white spots real quick in the Uber. It ended up looking even worse. Another time, we were having dinner and he had done the dishes, but put some of the cups and bowls in the dishwasher upside down so they filled with dirty dishwater. I took those cups and bowls, dumped them out in the sink but didn't wash them further, and served his food in them. He said that it was dirty and I was like they just came out of the dishwasher. It's just water, it's fine. He said that no it was disgusting, and I said it was really no biggie. I was getting over my impossibly high cleanliness standards and I really didn't think it was that gross. The last time, I had cooked for a work party of his. After cooking, the dish needed to cool for about 30 minutes then be refrigerated. I had plans with my friends that night and I asked him to put the dish away after it cooled. He forgot. The next morning he noticed the dish was never refrigerated. I said it was fine, it was just a mistake, and it would probably be fine to eat, there wasn't a lot of meat in it. He got frustrated and said that you can't serve meat left out overnight even if it is only a little and I said oh I think it should be okay, stuff happens. He stopped being so lazy about chores after he realized I seem totally okay with leaving stuff done badly and that he'll be living with it. But I feel a little petty for having been dishonest about it. I actually hate how my bleached dress looked and my stomach turns at dirty dish soup and unrefrigerated meat. Ada for being petty? I 28M and my wife 28F have been married for 2 years. My wife is 4 months pregnant. My parents died in a car crash about a month ago and my brother 14M has nobody to turn to except me. We have no other living relatives. I decided to take in my brother until he's an adult but my wife feels like it's not our responsibility to care for my brother and since she's pregnant, she wants me to focus only on our child. I told her that my brother has nowhere to go and hence he'll be staying with us at least until he's an adult. She's mad at me and is refusing to talk to me unless I put my brother up for adoption. Ada? Edit 1, just thought I'd add this in since some of you may be confused by the age gap. I was a teenage pregnancy. Edit 2, it will not be hard financially on us since our parents left me and my brother an inheritance as well as a college fund for him and all of that can go into taking care of him. I'm a 27-year-old male and my grandmother passed recently. In her will she left me her 4-bedroom 2-bath house. Now before my grandmother passed she was in danger of losing the house because of unpaid taxes. She asked various family members for help but none did. I was in college at the time and I had a huge student refund. She asked me for $1,500 to settle the debt. She said thank you and we never talked about it again. I didn't want my granny to be homeless after all. That was about 8 years ago. Fast forward to today and I'm now the owner of a house in the heart of Atlanta. Prime real estate if I do say so myself. I plan on moving in at the end of the month before doing some light cleaning and renovation. Enter my cousin and her kids. She is upset with me because I got the house. She said because I don't have any kids I should give her the house because I'm her eyes I got the house for free. I thought she was crazy but a lot of our family is on her side. Stating that it's hard out here for a single mother. They told me I can buy a house one day because I am an able-bodied young man. It will be harder for her because she has 2 kids. I'm like, she chose to have those kids and that isn't my problem. Everyone is calling me selfish and hell maybe I am, but my grandmother wanted me to have the house. Am I the asshole? My boyfriend, M20, and I, F21, live together at my parents'. I have been having some pretty bad UTI symptoms and went to a walk-in clinic 2 weeks ago when I had clear signs of a UTI and they sent me home and said I tested negative. I woke up a week later with extreme hip pain. I spent all day on a heating pad and crying. 2 more days pass and then I woke up with the worst abdominal pain I've ever had. I began screaming and call my mom. She says to wake up my boyfriend and tell him to take me to the nearby hospital, 7-min closing parenthesis that is small, or one that's 35 minutes away that would properly handle what was going on. I wake him up and he says just sleep it off. At this point I'm in tears. He says no and alludes that I'm overreacting, which I've been known to do, and it's probably nothing because I tested neg. I feel as if I've been stabbed and this is not the type of pain I can wait out. I even compare how I'm feeling to a possible bladder rupture because of how awful I felt. Finally he agrees to take me, but only if I let him sleep for 2 more hours. I understand that if it was some ungodly time, but it was currently 11:30 a.m., and he went to bed at 3 a.m. after playing video games. I explain that I can't wait that long and have no one else home to drive me. He turns over and lays back down. An hour goes by of the worst pain of my life and I decide I will just try to suck it up and drive myself to the nearby ER. I woke him up one more time and I explained that I cannot wait any longer and need to go now because something is wrong. He snaps and says give him 1 more hour and lays back down. I storm off in my car and make it about 2 blocks before I realize I forgot my wallet and I was in no state to drive, as I was literally in so much pain I couldn't focus. I come home and lay down in bed beside him as I scream out in pain. He says that I know it takes time for him to wake up and I have no right to get mad. I barely utter out please take me to the one 7 minutes away because I'm scared. I remind him that I've driven 2 hours at 3 a.m. on no sleep just to pick him up from the hospital and spent the whole summer helping him recover from his injury including bathing and wiping him because he needed me. He argues some more then finally at 2:30 p.m. takes me to the hospital 7 minutes away. It turns out I had an advanced UTI and infection in my bladder and kidneys as well as a kidney stone that was infected. I felt bad as I recalled my attitude that morning but I was in a lot of pain. I do recall saying things like fine just don't help then and you're being a dick in rebuttal to his attitude. Am I the asshole? TLDR, boyfriend wouldn't drive me to hospital until he got more sleep. My daughters, 11/10ths, both have purple hair. They love it this way and have been getting it dyed since they were 6, with caution. They were invited to a little girl's birthday, Halloween party under the condition they have their hair dyed a natural color. I asked why and the mother insisted their hair would take away from birthday pictures cause they'd draw attention. I asked if my daughters could just not be in the pictures and she said there's no way to guarantee that and to either dye their hair a normal color or they can't come. I said fine. This was like October 8th maybe the 9th, so I decided to throw a party for my daughters on Halloween since they won't be able to go to that one and invited her classmates. The girl was in a completely separate class. We had the party, cake, bounce house, candy piñata and all that cool jazz. The girls had a blast and I posted a few pictures online. Apparently this was the wrong move cause the little girl's mother saw my post and asked what right I had to steal her daughter's moment from her. Her daughter saw the pictures and was upset she didn't get to come to the party because they didn't have the things we did. Her mother said I was an asshole for one-upping her just because my kids couldn't come to their party and that if I really wanted them there I would have just dyed their hair. Ada? Info the invite was on the 8th as was the hair dye request. A week after we were in the negative. I planned a Halloween party on the same day, October 31st, Halloween. I did not throw a party on some obscure day that happened to be her birthday for the giggles and the petties, it was a Halloween party on Halloween. Info PT2, that lady is in a completely different tax bracket than me. She had a pony, assorted teas catered and a wagon ride as well. The party I threw was a Frankenstein bounce house my husband had from a few Halloweens ago, a few piñatas from Party City and like $120 of candy and about $100 in snacks and some basic carnival games, cornhole, balloon darts, Sack race. For those who were wondering what the difference between the parties were. I 26M and my wife 22F have been married for a year. She usually takes an extremely long time to get dressed, and sometimes if she's not happy with the look she'll ask me to wait and wear another dress and do the makeup again. So we most often get late to events. Today, I had to go to my best friend's home for his wedding anniversary. So I told her to get ready on time. I even reminded her like 4 hours prior, I got her a salon appointment, etc. As usual, she was running us late. My friend and his wife were stalling the celebration just for me. I got mad at my wife and told her to find a way to my friend's place herself and that I was leaving without her. She requested me to wait for her, but I just left without her. She didn't come at all and called me saying she doesn't want to come on her own because she doesn't want all the attention to be on her due to being late. I told her to do as she pleases and that she needs to be punctual if she wants to come somewhere with me. She started crying and cut the call. Ada,